Ooh. Primal versus Mega Pokemon. Which is stronger? Well, today we have an experiment to do. In fact, a few experiments to figure out whether Primal or Mega Pokemon are stronger. Alright, so hi to all of you guys. So yes, I'm going to bring my screen up and I'm going to show you guys that, well, we actually have just 3 Pokemon to look at. Primal Kyogre, Primal Groudon, and also Mega Swampert. Mega Swampert being a water and ground typing Pokemon. It's currently the #1 water and also ground typing Mega. But if you were to include Primals, I'm not too sure how is it gonna turn out. So anyway, we're gonna conduct the experiment on this particular Pokemon over here, Marini. It's not gonna be a full-on accurate, very accurate experiment because Marini is a water and poison typing Pokemon and it will do resisted damage to Kyogre but neutral damage to Swampert if it has water type moves. Also, if it has a poison jab, also it will not be that accurate. That's all I'm saying first as disclaimer. So anyway, let's go into the red lobby right now. We're gonna go into the private lobby. Alright, Marini, and there ain't other tier 1 red bosses around me right now to do the experiment on. I was actually hoping to do an Esper because Esper will suffer neutral damage from both ground and water, and also it will do, I guess, neutral damage to all 3 of the Pokemon, but we don't have that over here right now. So we're gonna go ahead to use, who should we use first? Well, let's go ahead to use our Groudon first. Alright, and we're gonna Primal reverse it. So the thing about the Groudon though is that it's going to do neutral damage to Marini, and since we only have 1 Marini available to us to do the experiment on, we will have to fight the Marini until it's half health and then count the time manually, and then we will see how from there. But anyway, now that we have 85 seconds to wait, I'm gonna fall asleep first, but hopefully Niantic will implement the ready now and start now button. Good night. Groudon is calling for me now, guys. Another thing that I'd like to mention is that the Groudon has Mud Shot and Precipice Blade. That's the signature move of the Groudon. Of course, using Earthquake might be a more fair experiment, but here we are to use maximum damage that we can actually deal out. 179 seconds on the clock where it started. Alright, let's go to get it down to half health. Actually, you know what? Let's just use Mud Shot alone. Okay, great. It's half health. 168. So I'm going to run away from that. 168. We're going to use only fast move because if we were to use Precipice Blade, it's going to definitely one-hit KO the Marini. So that's 9 seconds. 9 seconds just using fast move alone to actually get it down to half health. So we're going to type it over here. 9 seconds. Great. And now we're going to do the experiment again. Now with the Swampert with ground type moves. So now that we are in the red lobby, we're going to go ahead to select our Swampert, the one with the test. We're going to Mega Evolve it into Mega Swampert, and this Mega Swampert actually has the fast move Mud Shot and of course together with Earthquake. But since we are just going to use Mud Shot, okay, it doesn't matter what charge move we have. Initially I was thinking to use the charge move, but it will one-shot KO the Marini. So let's just wait for the battle to start. So here we are, the battle is starting in 5 seconds. And I understand that, you know, the Swampert is only at 4,975 CP compared to the Primal Groudon, which is at 6,600 CP. Alright, started off at 178 seconds, great, and we're going to try to get it down to half health. Alright, we can see a big difference in terms of how slowly the health goes down. Okay, it's now down to yellow, 167. So 167, it means that it took 11 seconds to reach red health compared to 9 seconds that the Groudon did. Clearly, the Groudon is doing way more damage with just the Mud Shots alone. But we're going to go ahead to label that 11 seconds. Alright, we will have to heal up the Swampert also later on. But we will do it later on as we're going to have to use the Kyogre right now. Kyogre only has 1 fast move and that is Waterfall. So it wouldn't be too accurate in a sense that the Kyogre running Waterfall, but the Mega Swampert will actually be running Water Gun instead. Okay, I forgot how to spell Kyogre, I'm so sorry. Okay, we're gonna Primal Evolve the Kyogre right now. Let's go ahead to do that. So here we go, guys. The battle is starting in 10 seconds, and like I said, Kyogre only has 1 fast move, Waterfall. So we can't change that at all. It wouldn't even allow us to use the fast move on it. But here we go, let's go ahead and use our Primal Kyogre with Waterfall and see how many seconds does it take to get the Marini to half health. 178 again. Alright, so we're doing not very effective damage to the Marini, which will make it slightly more accurate in a sense. Alright, that's already 10 seconds. Okay, great, looking at the health of the Marini. Okay, one more. Okay, 163. I saw 163. So meaning it took 15 seconds to get it to half health. So we're gonna leave the lobby right now. We're gonna rename our Kyogre. Alright, great. Over here, 15 seconds. And we're gonna have to change the move of our Swampert. Over here, this one. Right, we're gonna have to change the fast move to Water Gun. And then we're also gonna have to heal it up also. Great, we can just heal it up. We have to Mega it once again. And we're gonna go ahead into the lobby once again. Private lobby it. And the battle is starting, guys, in just 7 seconds. I show you guys the one with Water Gun and Hydro Cannon, but no, we're not going to use any charge move at all. So just Water Gun alone. Let's see how much time does it take to get it down to half health. Alright, here we go. 178 seconds before we fire off the first Water Gun. I know it appears at 79, but it's 178. Alright, great. Let's just continue to Water Gun. Looks as if it's really slow this time, man, as compared to using the Primal Kyogre. Definitely a big difference. We are doing not very effective damage to the Marini anyways. Alright, so it doesn't matter whether we get hit by whatever moves because we are not getting any energy. So 156, I saw the timer 156 on the top and it turned yellow. So 178 minus 156, that is 22 seconds. Okay, so it took 22 seconds to get the health of the Marini to half. We're gonna put that as 22. And another interesting thing is that, well, Hydro Cannon versus Origin Pulse. I mean, I'm not using Origin Pulse, but I mean, if we have Origin Pulse is very strong for move. So you know, if we were to use the charge move, we would definitely see that the Kyogre is gonna win. Okay, so we can see that clearly the Primal Groudon beats the Mega Swampert as a ground typing attacker. The Primal Kyogre beats the Mega Swampert as a water type attacker. Does this mean that Mega Swampert is totally useless? Well, not really. What I mean by that is, if you were to use it as a Pokemon to grind for Candy XL for water and also ground typing, you know, Pokemon, that's great. You can actually grind during certain events to actually boost, you know, like water type Pokemon and ground typing Pokemon together, assuming you have an event that have a lot of spawns for both of those Pokemon, then you want to get XL Candy off. As for Kyogre, when you Primal Evolve it, it has a permanent rainy boost, meaning it will boost water, electric and bark. It will not boost ground. But if we were to talk about Groudon, it will have a perma sunny boost. It will boost ground, fire and also grass. Alright, great. But you can't boost both water and ground at the same time unless you are using your Mega Swampert. So hence it still has a little bit of utility. And I feel that using these Pokemon, you know, in certain scenarios, especially against Team Go Rocket leaders, especially against Cliff, is a very good option. Thanks to its resistance and thanks to it being really spammy with Mud Shot and Hydro Cannon. So compared to like a Groudon, yeah, you can burn shields with a Fire Punch, but Hydro Cannon, you know, using as a water type spammer is actually better than using Kyogre in certain situations. So all these Pokemon, to me, they're all useful in certain situations, but it's all up to you to see what you want to use. But if you're going to plan to use them for raids against whatever that's weak to water or ground, well, your number one will be Kyogre and your number one will also be Groudon for water and ground typing respectively. Alright, so that is all that I have to share with you guys in terms of which Pokemon is stronger, whether Primal or Mega is better. Like I said, it really depends on what you're using the Pokemon for, and hopefully you guys will have a better understanding on which one to actually get and use. But I would definitely recommend to work on all three of them to get to the Mega Max level, not powering them up to level 50, but the Mega Max level to get them up to the max level. That will allow you to get more Candy XL when you actually grind for Pokemon when you use them as their Mega forms or their Primal forms. Yep. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely remember to leave a like on the video. It'd be much appreciated. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next episode in the next video. Alright, goodbye.